Hi everyone, I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of March 9th. So we are heading up to this blood moon eclipse, which happens on the 14th. This is one of the most powerful cosmic events of the year. We have two this year. One will happen this week, another one in September, and the other one, because blood moon eclipses tend to come in patterns of three, the other one will be in March of next year. So really from now until March of next year, we are in this very deep transformative cycle. We are starting off, we're kicking off the blood moon eclipse cycle this week, and really the transformations that we see are going to manifest or filter into our being over the course of the next 12 months. Blood moon eclipses are total lunar eclipses. They always fall on a full moon. The reason for the name blood moon is the moon gets this beautiful reddish hue when we have a total lunar eclipse. So you can think of it like a full moon times 100. It's just an amplified full moon energy. Blood moons are also very, very connected to the feminine, very connected to the womb space, and connected to the cycles of death and rebirth, destruction and rebuilding. The idea of something falling away to only rebirth and regrow into something new. That really is in the essence of what a blood moon brings, and they usually fall in this pattern of three, where the next three lunar eclipses that we experience are all blood moons, and they tend to tell a little bit of a story. So when we look back, when we're in March of 2026 and we look back, we'll be able to see how that story has really unfolded. This blood moon eclipse falls in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is earthy. It's about connecting to our inner wisdom, our inner power. It is the sign of sovereignty and inner knowing, being our inner god or goddess, being our inner, knowing that we possess everything that we need in here to move through whatever it is that's going on outside of us. It is a very, very powerful blood moon eclipse. The cosmic energy around it is very strong. I think, or I maybe predict, based on what I've seen around the energy of this blood moon eclipse, I think that there'll be some sort of clarity, some sort of information or message delivered to us that will deliver or instigate some kind of transformation. And I hope that whatever that information is that comes our way ends up being clarity giving. I think endings are also a theme around this eclipse. We may see something come to an end, something come to a head. We may reach a dead end with it. We may reach a culmination point with something. We may also just realize that we cannot continue the way we have been moving, and we have to change. We have to break the pattern. We have to break the cycle. There has to be some death so the rebirth can come in. So that really is the energy, the essence of this blood moon eclipse. I also think with Venus being retrograde at the time of this eclipse, Venus really touching on our heart space, really touching on our relationships, they may be a prominent theme for us around the time of the eclipse as well. Our relationships, are they serving us? How are we showing up? Or where is there needing to be some transformation in how we give and receive love in our lives? It's also interesting to note that Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, goes retrograde right after this eclipse. So on the 15th, Mercury will station retrograde. So Mercury is the messenger of the gods. And that's where I think with this powerful Mercury energy, we will be getting some divine, intuitive messages that will hopefully bring us some clarity, some understanding, some aha, some rattling, some turning of our world upside down that instigates the transformative energies that are destined to move through our lives. Couple of things to remember with eclipses, and especially blood moon eclipses, is that eclipses accelerate our timeline. They put us exactly where we need to be for our highest growth. They are quantum leaps. They bring quantum jumps into the next evolution of our consciousness. And that can feel a little intimidating because sometimes eclipses move us where we need to be before we've realized that that's where we need to be. But trusting in the flow of the universe, trying our best to surrender and know and feel the wisdom, tapping into some of that Virgo intuitive wisdom, knowing that whatever comes our way, we have the power, we have the resources, our soul signed up to navigate whatever it is that comes our way. So it's a very karmic event. It's a very destined, fated energy that is attached to these eclipses. So hopefully that brings some empowerment, knowing that your soul signed up for this, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't feel like it right now, even if it's the worst situation you could possibly imagine for yourself, you will move through it. You will get through it. And you eventually, in the year to come, you'll be able to see how what's happening now has instigated a beautiful and incredible and powerful rebirth in your life. So, big energies. And, I'm sure you follow and listen to other astrologers, and I really want you to be mindful of, stepping into a fear space, because blood moons have always, well, I shouldn't say always, have long been associated as being bad omens. But I really think, if I'm hazarding a guess, that lens is really from patriarchal undertones. I really feel like if we think back to more indigenous or ancient wisdom, the moon has always symbolized the feminine. And I think there is so much untapped power in the feminine energy. There is so much untapped power in the womb space that I think it's easy to fear what we don't understand or what we have perhaps forgotten about. There is a beautiful energy that comes from these full moon eclipses that I think if we tap into, that we harness, that we recognize, we can really embrace these and not feel afraid, not feel fearful of them, not get sucked into that this is some bad omen, and we need to be afraid. This is a power time. This is a power moment. These are beautiful natural rhythms of our universe and cosmic cycles that we can really harness and enjoy. I would say that under a blood moon eclipse, it is best, the veil becomes very thin. And our intention, when the veil is thin, as a general rule, when the veil is thin, our intentions can imprint on the collective consciousness with greater ease. What does that mean? It means our intentions and our energy reflects back stronger. Our intentions become more sensitive. So it really is a great time to set intentions. There is an element of needing to let go and surrender. So be mindful of making your intentions too controlling or trying to dictate how you want things absolutely to go. Rather, come from the angle of setting intentions around finding your strength, finding peace, finding, sort of supporting yourself through these energies rather than dictating how you want the energies to go, if that makes sense. I have a forecast up on foreverconscious.com that goes deeper into the astrology behind this eclipse. There is also a ritual that you can try, which is all about setting these gentle intentions, sort of aligning your energy with a state of peace and harmony and strength so you can move through this gateway, this transformative energy with ease. I will also add that blood moon eclipses have a 1 month energy span. So we feel them a month before they happen and a month after they happen because they are so powerful. So for many of us, we might have already started to feel the transformative energies flowing in. For some of us, it'll be more closely condensed around that eclipse time on the 14th. For others, it may take until April 14 that we're really navigating and seeing what these transformative energies are trying to guide and show us. So something to kind of keep in mind, that this energy does sort of expand and is with us for a while. We also have another eclipse on the way at the end of the month. That is a solar eclipse on the 29th. I'll talk more about that as we get closer to it, but just so you know, we have this big transformative sort of death and rebirth energy that we're working with right now. By the time we get to the end of the month and we get that other eclipse coming in there, there's a little bit more softening. So I don't want you to feel like it's going to be so intense for the next, whole month. There will be a softening with that other eclipse that we have on the way. That eclipse at the end of the month, by the way, is kind of like a beautiful graduation point. It's a lot more gentle, a lot more like feeling like we have graduated, we've reached sort of the end of a beautiful cycle. I'll talk more about that as we get closer to it, but just wanted to let you know that it's on the horizon as we move through the eclipse, and then this period in between eclipses, which is also a very sensitive time. And with Mercury and Venus being in retrograde during this window of time in between eclipses, things may feel a little bit funky. We may be feeling a little out of body, a little scattered. The energy will be slowing down, so we'll really be asked to work with it, feel it, sit with it, be patient with it. We're really being guided to reflect, look back over the past, to seek wisdom from people who have been there before us, and to, kind of look back over things before we can really move forward. It kind of creates, with these retrogrades, it kind of really slows things down and allows us to get very intentional with how we want the next chapter to go, how we want to move through this period of our lives. So of course, eclipses, depending on your own energy, your own vibration, what's going on for you, will filter through our being differently. For some of us, it may feel very intense. For others, maybe not at all. So, it really just depends where you are in your life, the stage of consciousness that you're at, and your own soul journey, your own soul contract. I'm going to start shuffling the cards. These are from my deck, the Cosmic Astrology Oracle. I think I say this every week, but they've been delayed, and now with Mercury in retrograde, I don't even know what's going to happen. So hopefully I'll have some news around that when a new batch is shipping and going to be here anytime soon. So thank you for your patience with that. It's frustrating, but there's nothing I can really do about it. So we can just play with them here, or if you have your own deck already, then that's fun too, but we can just play with them here. All right, I'm going to shuffle the cards, and I'm really just looking for a card that, or setting the intention for the card that is going to help us the most, support us the most through these eclipse energies, and keep us out of fear. I really want that to be, if you take anything away from this video, is just staying out of that fear of the blood moon. There's forgotten wisdom and power here that's deeply rooted to the feminine, and that feminine lives within all of us. That womb space lives within all of us. So really thinking about how we can harness some of that power rather than allowing ourselves to get stuck in fear. Okay, let's see. Oh, Lilith, the triple goddess. Okay. It's interesting. Lilith, definitely talking about feminine power. Lilith is one of the, she's a triple goddess. She definitely holds some incredible feminine power, and she is a force of that sort of feminine destruction and rebirth. And she can at times be harsh, but she always has a higher goal or a higher power working through her that we can trust. So let's take a look at Lilith. Lilith can be powerful yet destructive. She can challenge us to push the boundaries, break free from the chains, and liberate ourselves. She can also unearth subconscious or stuck traumas, bringing them to the surface so we can face up to them. There are 3 Liliths referenced in astrology, making her a triple goddess. There's Lilith the asteroid, Lilith the mysterious second moon of Earth that was once reported but never proven, and then there's the most popular Black Moon Lilith. Usually when we hear about Lilith in astrology, Black Moon Lilith is what people are referring to. Black Moon Lilith is a mathematical point calculated between the Earth and the Moon to mark when the two are furthest from each other. This card represents all aspects of Lilith and honors her as the triple goddess. This card comes up when it's time to embrace your divine feminine. So interesting that this is the card that we pulled, talking about this blood moon energy and perhaps some forgotten wisdom around feminine energy. It can also arise when you need to face up to painful truths, traumas, or fears. Connecting to your divine feminine, which by the way lives within all of us, and remembering the powerful creator that you are and will be an aid as you navigate this situation. So this card is really about not backing down, honoring your feminine energy, maybe reflecting on what feminine energy means to you, journeying deeper into our subconscious. It can also reveal secrets, or that secrets come up, or information, hidden information comes up, which is very much like this eclipse. Transformation is underway, again like the eclipse. Repressed emotions, getting those repressed emotions up and out is also connected to this card. So very, very similar energies that we have talked about today, with this beautiful blood moon on the way happening in the sign of Virgo. So I hope that was able to bring it all kind of home, bring it all together. It's a beautiful, powerful, cosmic time. And I do feel, even though it might be challenging at first, that this eclipse is really going to put us, it's like a little bit of a course correction, and will really put us exactly where we need to be for our highest growth, for our highest evolution, and for our highest, I don't know, highest inspiration of where we can go. So tap into that power and remember that Virgo energy. Everything you need is within here. All right, I hope you found that helpful. Check out foreverconscious.com for that ritual. I will drop a link in the description box below. There's also a great tarot reading to go along with the ritual. I highly recommend you do it. It will really deliver some extra guidance and support. And you all have a wonderful week. I will see you on the other side of that eclipse. I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com. Thank you so much.